Hey, what's going on, guys? This video I'm going to talk about snacking. So a lot of people have been hungry on this diet, and I get it because I did it, and it sucks. You can't eat a lot of stuff. You will feel very tired. But I've come to kind of change a little bit of my philosophy, and that's why I make these videos is to give you guys information, good information based on my experience, but also, it's still a learning process, for me, and it will be for you guys. Like I always say, it's going to be, your experience is going to be different than everybody else's, ever so slightly. So my number one thing, like I always tell people, is to trust yourself, trust your own body. Don't ever take anybody's advice as the holy grail, even mine. I mean, I'm going to give you guys a lot of great advice that worked for me, and I think a lot of it will work for most of you guys too, but some of it might not. And you need to trust yourself, more than you trust anybody else in regards to this, this process. So I'm never going to pretend I have all the answers. And if I ever think that something should be different, I'll let you guys know. So to talk on the snacking, I think 6 weeks is probably a little bit too long to go without having all those carbs. I mean, you get a little bit of carbs from the veggies that you're eating, but I know how it was because that's the way I did it, just because I didn't know any better at the time. But I would tell you guys probably 2 weeks max, and if you want to just do a week of no carbs at all, and then start taking carbs, that's okay, but only in the form of fresh fruit. Still do not have the grains for a while. And two reasons for that is A, gluten is supposed to be a really big trigger, they say, because it's a very complex carb for the human anatomy to break down. And then I read the other day that grains were only about a few thousand years old in terms of being incorporated to the human diet, which is very young if you think about it. And I don't know, just from my experience, I always, when I have grains, ever since I cut them out, I always feel like shit for at least an hour. So I still have them now that I'm clear and I can, but I have very small amounts. So still cut out the grains. But after a week, if you guys are really, really struggling with energy, which you probably are, especially the people who are active, I totally invite you to try fresh fruit, and only fresh fruit for carbs. So whatever you want, whatever you like, bananas, strawberries, blueberries. Blueberries are probably a great one. Oxygen inside your body is really good. That's why I'm telling you that, my philosophy has changed a little bit. So I read something about how, oxygenated foods, fruit have a lot of it, they release a lot of oxygen, are what heal the body, which is, I know to be true anyways, but it makes a lot of sense. And I heard that natural glucose from fruit doesn't actually feed candida or any, parasites like that. So definitely, if you want to snack, some fresh fruit. And somebody asked about nuts and seeds. Now, I didn't eat a lot of nuts and seeds when I first started snacking, but I did do raw. I love raw almonds. I like them anyways. I used to eat them a lot before I even, knew or thought that would be one of the only things I could eat for a while. So that was easy for me. If you don't like raw almonds, just like anything else, you'll learn to like it. I mean, taste buds are a funny thing, but if you eat something enough, you'll enjoy it eventually. Like it's like a fact. It's kind of weird. Example for me is I now eat a lot of Greek yogurt that's just plain, so it doesn't have any of the sugar in it. And the one that I enjoy the most is by Cabot makes it, and it's like 10% milk fat, so it's really thick. It's like almost kind of close to sour cream, but not, it's not as tart, but it's so good. I love it. I eat it all the time. And before, I would be like, that's disgusting. I can't eat that because it doesn't have any of the fruit and stuff in it, but I love it. So if the stuff that you don't like, you'll eventually like it. You'll just have to suffer through it for a week or so. But so yeah, eat some almonds, some raw almonds. That's all I ate. I don't know what other nuts would be good. I know that you should not eat peanuts or cashews, so stay away from those two. And then, if you want to, obviously Google some information on that. And like I said, trust your body and take your own experience for what it is. So I hope this video was helpful on snacking. I know I wish I could give you more stuff. That's what I did. was only fresh fruit and almonds once I started snacking. So I'm encouraging you to try it a little bit earlier and trust your body. If you feel like it's giving you a reaction or you feel like it's making your psoriasis worse, then give it up and go back to the way you were doing it before. Alright, well, I'm going to go dominate this Spartan race right now. I just said that in the last video, but that's alright. I'm going to do it. I'll talk to you guys soon.